What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Powerhouse Mentality podcast. I'm your host. I'm Caitlin Kenneth Smith, and on today's episode of the podcast, in celebration of yesterday being the first official day of summer, which is kind of wild when you think about it, because I don't know about where you're living, but where I'm living on the panhandle of Florida, it's been summer since forever. Like we were dumped into a boiling pot of lava a few weeks back. So, just staying the course here. It's only June. If you're from Florida, or if you're from a really hot state like Texas or Arizona or whatever, I'm sure you understand that August is the month where Satan just blowtorches us all with his flamethrower. But, guys, yesterday was the first day of summer. And I know what a lot of you are thinking. Holy shit, I forgot to stay committed to my New Year's resolution goals, so now I'm going into summer and I'm not in the body that I thought that I would be in. Or I'm not performing the way that I thought I would be in the gym, or I'm not even going to the gym, or my nutrition is absolute shit still. And whatever's going through your mind, look, we're over 6 months, almost 7 months into the year. This is a perfect opportunity for you to reflect on what you've been doing, on what you committed to at the beginning of the year, and kind of reevaluate where you're at and where you want to go. Because I know that in life, we change our minds quite often. And sometimes things change in our life, right? Like things come up that we didn't expect or anticipate. And now we're having to navigate through these different seasons of our life. So what I want you to do is you can either pause the podcast and do this right now, because this is completely unrelated to the topic, so I want you to do this. I want you to take time to reflect on what you committed to January 1st, 2024, and where you're at today, June 21st, 2024. Are you happy? Are you fulfilled? Are you content? Are you frustrated? Are you disappointed? Because you don't have to wait until the new year, right? And it might sound silly to say it now, but I know that a lot of people, they think that it's summer, so I'll just wait until the fall, right? Because I have a lot of things going on. There's a lot of different social events, vacation. I want to be able to, quote unquote, enjoy my time. And you can fucking enjoy your time when you're staying committed to your health goals. I don't know why everybody thinks you can't. You don't have to wait until 2025 to get your life together. You still have a lot of time left in the year. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So finish strong. But on today's episode of the podcast, I'm actually going to help you a little bit with that, because we do have a lot of things coming up, right? The 4th of July is coming up. I know that people go on vacation a lot during the summer. You are tempted a lot more because you're just being invited to things more often, because everybody has a little bit more flexibility, especially for parents or teachers. Schools are out. You have a completely different routine. There's a lot of different unexpected things going on. So you need to be able to plan accordingly. So today's topic is 6 tips on how to navigate summer social events and how to stay on track and enjoy yourself all at once. Because like I said, you can enjoy your life. In fact, you should enjoy your life and still stay committed to your health goals. Because the reality is, if you're always on a diet and you think that this is a temporary fix, then you're wrong. And you're always going to go back to zero. This has to be a lifestyle. Because if you have a different mindset towards it, where you view it as, okay, I'm changing my life, I'm developing and building new habits and behaviors that are going to allow me to be a healthier, happier individual, then it will help you do this long term and have a more sustainable approach than what most people do, which is where they say, I'm going to go on a diet to lose X amount of weight, and then once the diet is done, or once I get tired of it, then I'll just go back to what I was doing. Or they think that they can sustain that forever. However, what they realize very quickly is that when most people go into a diet, they have the mindset that it needs to be as restrictive as possible, and that they're going to do it as quickly as possible, and that usually leads to temporary results. And you usually lose weight very dramatically, probably a lot of inflammation, water, and even muscle, which puts your metabolism in a worse spot, Then, when you're sick and tired of the diet or can no longer sustain it, you go back to where you once were and you probably gain a little bit more weight, and then you just stay stuck in the cycle. So now if you can use these tips that I'm going to give you today to navigate social summer events or summer social events and stay on track, you can utilize these things in all different areas of your life, even if it's a weekend, right? So I don't mean to alarm you guys, but we're like 2 weeks out from the 4th of July, which means summer is basically over, because once the 4th of July happens, I don't know about you guys, but once the 4th of July happens, I feel like summer just literally flies by and all of a sudden it's freaking Thanksgiving. But the 4th of July is one of the biggest summer social days of the year. Summer is here officially as of yesterday, and I can imagine that some of you guys, if not all of you guys who are listening to this, have a little bit of anxiety about the fact that with summer comes more social events like parties or barbecues or vacations. And I feel like a lot of people who are committed to a specific goal, whether it be a fitness goal or career goal, whatever kind of goal it is, they feel a little bit stressed when all of these things start to come up because it forces them out of their routine. So if somebody's on a fat loss journey, they might feel a little bit stressed about their nutrition or their workouts or their progress when the summer comes, when the 4th of July comes, because of all these temptations. So I want you to reflect on that and think, like, why do you think that is? Why do you feel like you're stressed or anxious about your nutrition or workouts or your progress during this time? I mean, if you've been working hard and in your mind these social events are a threat to that because you're afraid you might find yourself falling back into old habits, I feel like that strikes a chord with a lot of people. But I want to reassure you, all right? First, I want you to stop worrying about that because you are in control. And I think that most people don't think they are, which is why they have that fear. They fear that they're going to go back to where they used to be, even though they don't want to be there. And the more you think about something, the more the universe kind of manifests that for you. So if you're continuing to worry about that thing, you're going to continue to self-sabotage yourself because you are not what you say. You are not what you want to become. You are what you say you are. So if you keep saying like, I'm the dieter, I'm always this person, then you're always going to be that. So first, stop worrying. You're in control. Believe that and lean into the habits and the discipline that you've built or that you are currently building on your journey. I want you to stay on track during the summer, but I also want you to understand that you can enjoy 1 or 2 days without losing your progress. That is why I will always preach lifestyle. That is why my clients, we work on their lifestyle, their habits, and their behaviors. We don't just focus on, okay, here's your meal plan for the next 4 weeks. Good luck. That is not what I ever would do to somebody. In fact, when a client asks for a meal plan, I usually challenge them. All right? Now, it may take a little bit of planning and some mindset shifts, but you're going to get there. And today, we are going to lay that foundation so that you can feel more prepared going into summer social events that are going to come in your direction, because you're going to be put in this situation no matter what, whether it be in the summer, whether it be during the holidays, or whether it be just any time during your life, right? Even like think of a work lunch or a work dinner or a weekend getaway. Number 1, first tip, stop stressing. If you have truly been working hard, then you have earned the ability to take 1 day. And that doesn't give you an excuse to eat like an asshole, right? Because that just doesn't feel good. But even if you were to eat like an asshole on 1 day, you won't lose all your progress. I promise. You're not going to undo all of your hard work with 1 meal or 1 day. So let me ease your mind with this fact. We can relate this back to the holiday season, like Christmas and Thanksgiving, right? They actually did research looking into what makes people gain weight during the holiday season. It's not the binging on Thanksgiving or Christmas Day. In fact, you'd be surprised at how hard it is to overeat on 1 day to the point where you would actually affect your body fat. Will the scale go up tomorrow if you overate? Yes, it probably will. But it's mostly water, inflammation, food. Try actually eating 5,000 to 600 calories in 1 day over your maintenance calories, which for most people will say on average is like 1,800 to 2,400, it's actually harder than it sounds, especially if you're in a mindset where you're on a journey with fitness and health. Usually you're not craving the crappy foods as much. And even if you are and you eat all these crappy foods, guess what? One day won't kill you. What the research did find, right? It wasn't the binging on Christmas. It wasn't the binging on Thanksgiving. But the weight gain came from turning one day into many days, meaning people kept overeating for the next week or few weeks post-Thanksgiving or Christmas, and it was the continuous surplus of calories that added weight over time, not one day. So all you have to do to prevent that unwanted weight gain is do exactly what you've been doing. Enjoy your day and get back on it, right? Enjoy your 2 days, whatever. Get back on it, though. Those who are most successful are those who fail the most but get back up the quickest. So it's not about how often you fail or how often you mess up. It's about how fast you get back up after that. All right, so that's number one. Stop stressing. You know what stress does? Stress is going to raise your cortisol, make it hard to sleep. You're going to have inflammation. You're going to hold on to water weight. You're not going to feel good or have energy to go to the gym. So stop stressing. Number two, have a plan. If you know you're going to go to a barbecue or a party, then plan your day around that event. Pre-track your macros. I use the First format. My clients use the First format. It's by far the best app for macro tracking. I've used MyFitnessPal. I've used all of them. But I've been stuck on First Form because it just is the best, in my opinion, and easiest to navigate. Plus, there are so many different things that come with it, not just the nutrition aspect. You also get a one-on-one advisor that you can chat with, and it's a real person. You get workouts, you get live streams, and it's just an extremely beneficial tool. Now, in the app, what I have my clients do, especially when they first start, but especially if they're having a weekend event or a summer party or something, is they're going to pre-track their macros and play a little bit of macro Tetris. So you move around, adjust things until you find that perfect number, which is your protein and calorie goal. And that's going to be different for every single person. Now, if you're thinking, well, I don't know what kind of food is going to be at this party or barbecue, well, number one, ask. Most of you probably don't. Ask what food is going to be served, or bring your own food, or leave a good chunk of your calories and macros for that meal. For example, if I know I'm going out to a dinner and I have no idea what's going to be served there, I don't know who's serving, there's no way I could find out what's being served there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave probably 1,000 calories in my allotted calories for the day towards that meal. So what I would do is I would pre-track everything that I have up until that point, making sure that I leave a gap of 1,000 calories and making sure I'm really emphasizing protein throughout the day, because generally when you go out to eat, it's really difficult to find protein, but it's very easy to find carbs and fats. So leave a little bit of room, leave more room than you think, prioritize protein throughout the day, because you're always going to have control over the food that you eat or don't eat. You know what's a good choice. You know what's not a good choice. So go in with a plan, then keep that promise to yourself. If you can do the same thing with your workouts too, wake up earlier, get that workout in, plan to go on a walk, and do it all before the event, because planning to do a workout after a party or after a summer barbecue usually doesn't work out the way that you want it to, because of the length of the event can be unpredictable, but also usually you're just tired and you just don't want to do it. So you're less likely to do it. Control what you can control and always have a plan, which kind of goes right into number three. Number three is prioritize your food and prioritize your water. And food, I'm going to break down into a couple of different categories, all right? So create an order of operations when you fill your plate at these events. You're at a summer barbecue, you're looking at everything that they got. I want you to take your paper plate and I want you to start building that plate, all right? We're going to focus on protein. And we're going to emphasize grilled proteins over anything, all right? Grilled chicken, steak, shrimp, things like that. If it's fried, it's going to come with a lot more calories. Is it bad? No, but you're going to have to manage it a lot more. So keep it simple. Proteins, veggies will be the most satiating, and fruits, of course, in the summer. So make sure you're loading up on that first. Then you can make the choice to add some more carbs or fats depending on what you need for your macros or depending on what you like. Eat the protein and veggies first. So by the time that you get to those super tasty desserts or calorie-loaded sides, you're already pretty full because protein and vegetables, the fiber from the vegetables, are going to be super filling. So you're going to be less likely to overeat the other things. So simply put, just take your good habits with you. Protein, veggies, water, eating until you're satisfied and not just for the sake of eating or eating until you're sick. Plus, like I said, don't forget to properly hydrate, not just at the event, but throughout the day to help with digestion and keep that habit strong. And if you're somebody who does OptiGreens 50, which is the probiotic digestive enzymes greens powder that I take from First Form, and I recommend to every single client that I work with, because I think that probiotics are extremely underrated, because so many people have digestion issues and they're either unaware of it because they think it's quote unquote normal to be bloated constantly or have gas all the time, or they're just not aware of their bodies. So I'll put the link down below for OptiGreens 50. I've been taking it for 6 years. It's going to help you break down your food more efficiently, help you utilize your food more efficiently. And the reason why I bring it up here is if you are somebody who takes a greens powder or is going to start adding a greens powder in, now let me just preference that not all greens powders are created equal. A lot of them are just ground up vegetables. The reason you should be taking your greens powder is for probiotics and digestive enzymes. So if it doesn't have probiotics and digestive enzymes and in a good high quality amount, then you probably shouldn't take it. You should just eat fucking more vegetables. But the reason I bring it up here is because sometimes when you go out to these summer parties and barbecues, you're going to be eating foods that maybe you're not necessarily used to, right? So it's important for you to take something to give you a little bit of a one-up when it comes to digestion. So I always make sure I take my greens before I go out. And I always make sure I bring digestive enzymes with me in my bag to make sure that I'm always prepared. Because, hey, if I'm breaking down and using the food that I'm eating more efficiently, I'm going to be less bloated. I'm going to feel better overall. Number 4, this one's more fun, all right? Bring your own healthy dish to share. Show your family and friends that eating healthy doesn't have to be boring, because it doesn't have to be boring. For some reason, people think that eating healthy has to be bland and boring, but that's not true at all. When was the last time you saw a regular salad or a bowl of really good vegetables not drenched in calorie-dense sauces when you went to a party? It's pretty rare. So offer to bring a healthier dish, so if nothing else, you have that default to go to that you know you can safely load up to fill your stomach up and prevent you from being tempted by the food that doesn't necessarily serve your goals or allow you to feel your best. So you can go ahead and you can actually go to our powerhousementality.com and you can look at the Powerhouse Kitchen. We have a ton of recipes in there, as well as in the Powerhouse Community Facebook group. Or, just quick Google search, scroll through Instagram. You're going to be able to find so many different healthy choices and healthy dishes that are delicious that you can share with your family and friends and maybe inspire some other people. All right. Number 5, get active. It's the summer. Get active. Go outside. Go for a walk after your meal. It's been shown that going for just a short 10 to 15 minute walk has been shown to actually help with digestion, reduce bloat, actually help with blood sugar control. So if you're at a party or a barbecue, see if you can get a group of people to go on a walk and be together instead of just sitting around. Or you can add in some fun activities like play some kickball, toss around the football, shoot some hoops, do something that gets everybody moving and helps everybody have a good time. Number 6, the final one, is be mindful. Don't be mindless when it comes to your food. You don't have to eat all the chips or the potato salad until you feel sick before the actual food is served. If you make the choice to indulge a little bit with the foods that you eat, because you don't always get an opportunity to eat them, then truly savor that food. Enjoy it. Don't just shovel it into your mouth. Make it an experience. Be present. Don't waste your time also loading up on snack foods that you can get all the time, like chips. That's not special, right? Pause, think about the food that you're eating. Take a 2-second pause, really, to just acknowledge the fact that you're with your friends and your family and you have all these blessings and that you're fortunate enough to share plates of delicious food with each other. And that might help. Just slow down, be present, enjoy the time that you have with the people that you love. I think the most important thing to remember is that 1, 2, even 3 days out of the entire summer, even a whole week out of the entire summer, to be honest, isn't going to kill your progress. It is what we do consistently over time that defines our results, not what you do in a few days. Enjoy the summer events, be present with your people, and continue to lean on the habits that you're building in your community with your family. You have way more control than you think. Now, if you found this episode helpful, then go ahead, share it with somebody that you know is going to find value from it, and go out today and do one thing that's going to take you one step closer from where you want to be.